Everyone wants to cook healthy food, but also keep the flavor. But healthy food, as Suzanne mentioned, does not have to be boring. Registered dietitian Andrea Holwegner has a few tips for us. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
It looks like you've put together stuff that's doable, healthy, and still has taste.
We know people select food based on taste. And so it has to be here when we're highlighting, especially things like fruits and veggies, when people are maybe not getting enough of those.
And then being able to put it together, being able to make it, and maybe not being a chef on the side,
sure.
How we can all put this together and make it work.
I'm not a chef either.
Okay.
So really, the good news is there's some just really simple cooking techniques that really allow us to enhance the flavors of something like a vegetable. So one of the things that I brought in today was one of our favorite ways to do veggies in our household. So this is going to be on my dinner table tomorrow night.
Okay.
And what I've done here is just sliced up parsnips, carrots, beets, toss them in some olive oil, salt, pepper. That's all you got to do. Put them in the oven. That's it.
How
just
long?
Let them sort of caramelize, and just keep putting a knife in to make sure, you know, because they're all, depending on the size, they'll all cook at a little bit of a different time. You can do zucchinis, eggplants, peppers, mushrooms, onions this way. And if you're more of a griller, as my husband often is, we get him to put them in the grill basket, and you're just stir frying out there as you're grilling.
Oh, just throw them on the barbecue.
Put them right on the barbecue.
Easy.
You could even take a zucchini, cut it in half, brush it with some olive oil, salt, pepper, put it straight on the grill. This is like a game changer, and probably now actually
and that's all that's on there.
That's all that's on there.
And that enhances the flavor, because sometimes when you cook things, it can take the flavor a little bit away, especially vegetables, but this is going to make it pop.
Grilling and roasting a vegetable brings out a natural sweetness, so you'll find it gets like a caramely yumminess to the overall flavor.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So you gotta give this a go.
Okay, so that's doable. What's happening over here?
Well, you know, it's fall. This is a good time to pull out the crock pot that's maybe in your basement collecting dust. Bring this out. You know, again, you don't even need a recipe. You don't need to be a chef. Throw in a can of stewed tomatoes, some soup broth. I've got a nice, beautiful cut of beef here. It doesn't even have to be an expensive cut of beef when we're stewing and roasting and slow cooking. Something lean or something, you know, maybe not super tender is going to naturally cook in here when you slow cook it. Potatoes, carrots, onions, that's it. Throw it all in there, switch it on, and you come home
So this
from
can
work
kind of be a Wednesday, open up the fridge, what have I got in here? And
throw
just
it all
throw it
in,
in
and
here
that's
and make
exactly
it work.
what I do, is throw it all in, whatever I've got kind of kicking around in the bottom of the fridge.
That's easy. And I know you want to talk about dressing, and that this could be a bit of a game changer when it comes to salads as well.
It is. A lot of times people say, I'm bored of salads, and my first question is, well, how many types of salads do you make? And maybe they have kind of one in a bag, and they have a usual broad
cut
dressing.
up the vegetables,
Yet I find when people eat in a restaurant, they love salads prepared by a chef, and the game changer is the dressing. You got to learn how to make a good vinaigrette. I'm passionate about this.
And this isn't hard?
Very, very simple. Certainly you can Google all sorts of recipes, but the general equation for making a good vinaigrette is 2 to 3 parts of oil, and you can use any kind of an olive oil or a flavored based oil. I got a hot peppered one here today. And then you need a little bit of an acid, and that's 1 part acid. And that acid could be vinegar, it could be wine, it could be lemon. And so when I say parts, for example, 3 tablespoons of an olive oil to 1 tablespoon of lemon. And then all you need is a little bit of salt, pepper, and if you really want to get crazy, you could put a little Dijon mustard in there or season it up with some herbs. But that is it. It's so simple to make.
And the advantage to that as well is that it's healthier for you than a big creamy dressing.
Healthier for you, and also it tastes incredible compared to a bot dressing.
A little bit of variety.
I've converted a lot of people into loving salads when they get going on just different combinations of vinegars and good quality oils that enhance flavor.
Well, when you put it like that and you put the situation together, it makes it look like it's doable. And I can be one of those people who gets a little intimidated by what's in the kitchen and how to put things together, but this makes it look like
me too.
You can do this.
I'm not a chef. I've just, you know, don't be afraid to try different things and experiment. The other thing I want to mention is you've got to get good knives in your house. Often when I go over to people's homes and I'm watching them cook, again, I'm not a chef, but they're struggling with the way that they're cutting things. It's just not easily sliding through. So, you know, I brought in one of my favorite knives. Beautiful Japanese. You look at this and you get excited to even want to use it because it's just pretty.
It is, yeah. No, that makes you want to cook.
It does. I pull it out and I think I'm a chef. So get some good cooking utensils. You don't need a lot. A good cutting board, great sharp knives. I brought in a mandolin here. This is a good one for, especially for people that are texture sensitive. So if you cubed up big chunks of cucumbers or zucchinis, for example, sometimes people don't love them. But if you slide that through a mandolin and you just paper thin slices, and again, you toss that in a vinaigrette, again, this might be a way that you actually enjoy zucchini for the first time.
Well, we really appreciate your time, making things easier and taste good. Thanks so much for coming in, Andrea.